I'm not here without my mom. My mom was the inspiration, for me pursuing my dream. She told me at a young age that you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you, and I believed it, and worked hard to achieve that dream of mine, and it's come true, and it's thanks to my mom.
I want to say Happy Mother's Day to not only my mom, but my wife, now that she's a new mother, and all the other mothers out there.
Happy Mother's Day from the Cleveland Indians and myself, Yonder Alonso. Hope you guys have a great one and enjoy it.
Cloudy, gray, and cool on this Mother's Day in downtown Cleveland, Ohio, Progressive Field, where the Indians and the Royals wrap up their weekend series. Yesterday, in a prelude to Mother's Day, Mike Clevenger went out with his Mother's Day spikes and shut down the Kansas City Royals. 7 2/3 innings, only 2 runs allowed. And speaking of Mother's Day, remember this great moment back in Puerto Rico? Francisco Lindor, in his native homeland, playing a major league game with his mom sitting in the stands, and he hits a big home run. And if you ever wondered where Frankie gets his smile, look no further than Mama Lindor. It's the Indians and the Kansas City Royals this afternoon right here at Progressive Field. Hi again, everyone. Matt Underwood alongside Rick Manning, and we'd like to extend a happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there watching today. Arch, is anybody hotter than Francisco Lindor right now swinging the bat?
No, he's on a streak right now that he had a night last night that he'll never forget. He hit the ball every place it was pitched. You throw him away, he had a double. His second at bat, he hits a homer trying to pitch him in. Another double to left center field, and he ends up his night with another home run. So 4 extra base hits. Not many people can do that in a ball game. I was hoping he had a chance to get 5. He did not. But when you look at his last 17 games, 10 multiple hit games, he's gone from 218 to 311, almost 100 points, hitting 10 homers, 8 doubles. This guy is on fire.
Think about it, a 13-game hitting streak, and he's got an extra base hit in 12 of those 13 games. He is carrying the team offensively right now, and hopefully the Indians can get out of here with a series win over Kansas City this afternoon. We'll be back. Alan Jensen have the showstopper, and we'll check in with Andre Knott straight ahead. Cleveland Indians baseball is brought to you by Who But W.B. Mason, the official office supplier of the Cleveland Indians. And by Cleveland Clinic Express Care online. Tap the app for 24/7 virtual visits.
A very nice one, very pleasant here at Progressive Field. It's getting warmer, and of course the Indians ace is on the hill, and Corey Kluber. Tribe and Royals today here on Sports Time Ohio. Welcome back to center field along with Jensen Lewis, Al Pulowski. Let's take a look at our showstopper for today's game, and that is a guy that, Jensen, wasn't Charlie Morton, who had 14 strikeouts in the Stros win yesterday. Wasn't he supposed to be a fifth starter?
All he did was get the last outs of the World Series to crown the Astros the world champions, and he's continued to pick up where he left off. Al, we might see two of the hottest starting pitchers in the American League on Friday, as Morton and yesterday's starter Mike Clevenger look like they are ready to lock horns deep in the heart of Texas. That would be a fun one to watch.
Indians and Astros coming up this weekend. That is going to be a lot of fun.
4 games. Watch out.
Yeah, the Friday night game. We're going to have that one right here.
Very excited.
Sports Time Ohio. Matt Underwood and Rick Manning have the call today, along with Andre Knott. Fellas, take it away.
Hold on a second. Are you kidding me? 79 miles an hour with that breaking ball to 98 with the heater?
It's just not fair, is it?
Wow.
Love it.
It's kind of like Jensen's speed there.
Love it. That's me driving in my car.
Oh, I'll tell you what, Charlie Morton, that's going to be interesting to watch when the Indians face the Astros coming up. But right now, it's all about the Indians and the Kansas City Royals on, as Al mentioned, a beautiful day now developing here in downtown Cleveland. The sun out of nowhere is bursting through the cloud coverage. And, boy, it's a sight for sore eyes after the first couple of days here.
You really have to love it. I mean, you get up early this morning and, you know, a little overcast and cloudy, but right now it is beautiful.
All right, let's go downstairs to our buddy Andre Knott. He's got our Hear Right sounds of the game.
Well, what a perfect time for it to be a beautiful day, with it being Mother's Day. Indians want to wrap up this quick 3-game set and enjoy Mother's Day because of how important mothers have been for them. In today's Hear Right sounds of the game, not only will you see these hats and other pink wear from the players throughout the day, but now you'll hear from the players on the importance of their moms and Mother's Day.
I told my mom as soon as we had our first baby, you know, I love you, Mom, but I really love you now because I really understand all the sacrifice and all the things you got to do. So every single day definitely doesn't go by without me texting her or calling her and telling her how much I appreciate her and love her.
I realize how much work it is that my mom had to do. I mean, it's a lot of work, especially for me. Being on the road a lot. She's at home with the kids a lot, and so, you know, I don't got just average kids. I'm sure most people don't have just average kids, but you know, mine just got a little bit more energy, seems like. So I enjoy it myself, but my wife's got a little different personality than I do, so it's a little tough and trying sometimes. So I definitely have to appreciate my wife for that, and happy Mother's Day to all the mothers.
Yes, indeed. Moms make it all go, if you will. They make the lunches, they make dinner, they tuck you in at night, they make sure you brush your teeth and you're showered and clean. You know, dads take us to the games, they throw with you in the backyard, but without Mom, you'd never get there.
Moms do whatever they have to do. So happy Mother's Day to each and every one of you out there. And let's take a look at Corey Kluber, who's going to start for the Indians today. He will be the Northern Ohio Honda starting pitcher. And Kluber coming off a loss in Milwaukee, although he pitched very well. He went 6 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs. All the runs scored on a couple of home runs that he allowed. But for Kluber, you know, his last 20 starts, he's given up 3 earned runs or less in those starts. So hopefully he can do that again today, and the Indians can put a little offense together. He's 3-0 at home. He's last year was 2-0 against Kansas City, and he's 9-6 in his career against the Royals.
Well, let's take a look at that Royals lineup that he will face today for Ned Yost in Kansas City. John Jay, riding a 5-game hitting streak, will lead it off. Jorge Soler, red hot, bats second. Mike Moustakas is hitting third. Salvador Perez, Lucas Duda, and Whit Merrifield occupy the middle third. Then it's Alex Gordon, Alcides Escobar, and Drew Butera. His first start in the series, he'll catch and bat ninth.
Well, let's check out the defense brought to you by Jeep. It'll be Davis in left field, Allen is in center field, and Geyer over and right. On the infield, Ramirez at third, Lindor at short, Gonzalez gets the start at second this afternoon, Encarnacion at first, and Gomes doing the catching.
Corey Blazer has the plate this afternoon. Stu Sherwater at first, Eric Cooper at second, Gary Cederstrom, the crew chief, is down at third base. So not only are the players wearing the pink Mother's Day hats, but the umpires are outfitted as well. It will be 55 degrees here at game time with the sun breaking through the cloud cover. And it looks like whatever breeze we have, light is going to be blowing in, but I don't think it's going to be quite as bad as what we saw yesterday and on Friday.
No, totally agree. It was very damp yesterday. Should be a great day to play baseball.
John Jay steps in to lead it off for Kansas City. Indians 19-19 on the year. They lead the Central by a half game over Minnesota. Corey Kluber's first pitch up high, ball one. That one right at the bottom of the strike zone to even the count. That 1-1. John Jay has had a good series, 4 for 9 with a couple of doubles. The doubles are something worth noting in that he had a streak of 25 consecutive singles. The last 25 hits he had coming into the series were all singles. But Jay's not a guy, Rick, that looks to turn the ball around with power. He'll hit it where it's pitched and he'll slap it. Struck him out looking. Won't hit that one.
Now Corey Kluber came back inside with that good two-seam fastball, it looked like, and it sort of locked him up. Check it out on Nissan Pitch Tracker. The comeback, it might have been a little above that zone, but he got the call. Watch how Gomes brings it down a little bit. You see that couple inches make it look like it's at the belt, but it was a little higher than that.
So the batter now is Jorge Soler. Soler has hit in 6 straight games. He's piled up 12 hits in his last 25 at bats. And what we saw yesterday is a guy that can hit the fastball, especially when it's a thigh high to the knees.
Yeah.
You throw it down and he'll hit it line to line. Swung over the top. Little cut fastball, perhaps 1-1.
You know, this is usually a Royals team that knows Kluber very well. And so far this year, first pitch, when the hitter can put it in play, they're hitting .426 off Corey, 11 for 26. But the tough thing is, put it in play.
Blowing away 2 balls and a strike.
Then after that first pitch, they're hitting just 144. And it's the same basically with right-handers and left-handers. Lefties hitting 178, righties hitting 179.
Now the 2-1. Good pitch. I mean, right on the outside edge.
I mean, this is something right here. When you're a hitter, you don't want to swing at it unless you have 2 strikes. And if they call it a strike, which it was, you're in trouble.
Swung on and missed, and that pitch prior makes that pitch tougher to lay off for a hitter.
And sure, he expands it. He goes out about 3 or 4 inches more, and it looks like it's the same pitch, but it's got some break late. Look at that, going down and away, and that's a strikeout pitch because he's ahead in the count, and he made a perfect pitch the one before.
Yeah,
this is a guy that'll get after the first pitch.
And Moustakas has had good numbers in his career against Kluber, batting .462. Nobody who has faced Kluber has better numbers in their career than Mike Moustakas. Now he gets plenty of opportunities.
True, he gets to know him a little bit more, but he's an aggressive hitter, and you notice what he started him out with was the breaking ball. There's a changeup. So, you know, Moustakas is a dead red. He looks first pitch fastball just about every time up. But those are some pretty good numbers against Kluber, no question.
Now the 1-1. Swung on and missed. And Kluber gets ahead of a ball and 2 strikes. And this is where, as Archar has already pointed out, he becomes very, very difficult. The level of difficulty increases exponentially. He did well to get wood on it. Looks like it's going to drop in foul ground. Just a long way to go for Raj Davis and Ramirez.
Yeah, they're playing him over. They're shifting like a pull hitter. So for either one, Ramirez was almost like playing shortstop, and Davis was almost in left center field. So nobody able to get there. But it looks like he's staying a little closer to that line now than what he was the pitch prior to the last pitch.
The 1-2. Digs it out, but it's foul. Kluber's 1-2. Drilled to right, but it's foul out in front of it. A lot of folks still filing in on this Mother's Day. Well, you had to take Mom out maybe for a little brunch. Better hurry. They might see Kluber strike out the side here in the first. The 1-2. Pop back out of play.
Good at bat here by Moustakas.
Well, he has seen 7 pitches. Fouled a couple off to stay alive.
Well, he's pretty much hit everything. I want to see if he may try a little change up down and away here. There it was.
He did, and he just barely got the end of the bat.
It was a great pitch. That's the one coming up because he went inside with him and watch the movement on it, but he just does get a little pitch, that little circle change. You see him right off the end. Moustakas really working hard, battling up here.
Another 1-2 offering.
Look
and
at
this
that.
one squibbed the other way, and that will stay fair.
How about that? Can't defend that.
2-out single.
So he worked for that base hit. It was off the end, a little squibber off the end of the bat, but a 2-out single. And I meant, look at this. This is a change up away, and watch off the end of the bat. Nothing you can do about that one.
And there again is a perfect example of why no-hitters and perfect games are so rare. Because, as you said, he makes a great pitch, and what are you going to do?
Hit it off the end of the bat, and there's nothing you could do about it because you have him shifted the other way to play to his strength. That was a weakness, but he ended up getting hit.
Salvador Perez between third and short. Lindor goes the long way. A perfect one-hop throw to Edwin, and the side is retired. Corey Kluber punches out 2. The Indians are coming to bat.
First win in his last start in a win over Baltimore, where his team scored him 10 runs in the first inning, and he went on to get his first win. He's 1-4, 515 earned run average. He's our Northern Ohio Hyundai starting pitcher today.
Take a look at the Indians starting 9 for Tito, brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Frankie Lindor on fire. Then Michael Brantley, followed by Jose Ramirez. Edwin Encarnacion, Brandon Guyer, Yan Gomes. You got all the right-handed bats in here today. Eric Gonzalez, Greg Allen, a switch hitter. Rajay Davis batting 9th.
Well, there you go.
Frankie forgot it was a left-hander on the mound.
He had his left-handed helmet. He had his leg protector up on the right leg, and then he gets up there and says, hold on a second, there's something wrong here. Oh yeah, I got the wrong ear flap. That's what happens when you're a switch hitter. You got 2 different helmets, and I don't think it's going to matter the way he's swinging.
He's reached base safely in 7 straight plate appearances.
Boy, what an approach he had last night in the ball game. Anywhere that ball was pitched, he hit bullets all over this ballpark.
Lindor comes in batting .311 now for the year, but so far in the month of May, he's batting a major league best .451. High fly ball, center field, playable for Alex Gordon, and makes the catch for out number 1. Storylines today brought to you by Wayside Furniture. It's Kluber Day. Always fun to watch him toe the rubber. The reigning Cy Young Award winner in the American League. And the top of the orders. That was the story of the game yesterday. The Indians, tandem of Lindor and Brantley, combined for 7 hits. And when we had all 6 runs scored.
You know, it was what a game by both sides for the first 2 guys in the lineup.
Yeah, for Kansas
for
City.
For Jay and Soler, they had 6 hits.
And they had their 2 only runs.
Yeah,
of the game
I
scored.
mean, it was unbelievable. The top 2 hitters in both lineups were unbelievable yesterday.
Michael Brantley in the DH role today. Well, all of a sudden, Michael Brantley hitting .342 among the league's best in batting average. And you don't have to tell that to Kansas City. He has tortured them for years. A career average of .331 against KC with 8 homers and 58 runs batted in. Sliced foul. Danny Duffy, he's one of those guys too. He's probably wondering, you know, what do I have to do against the Indians? Last 9 games he's faced the Tribe. 0-6 with a 6.11 ERA.
Yeah, he just hasn't had a whole lot of luck. There's his numbers in his career 2-7 record. But you know, even in his first start here, to start the year, they scored him 2 runs in the first.
John Jay makes the catch off the bat of Brantley for out number 2.
Let's set the Royals defense for you. Behind Duffy this afternoon, it's Jay who just made that catch in left field. Gordon starts in center today. Soler over in right. On the infield, Moustakas at third, Escobar at short, Merrifield at second, Duda at first, and Butera is behind the plate today, while Perez is the DH.
Here is Jose Ramirez. 2 for 9 in the series with a home run.
Yeah, I told you that they scored 10 runs for Duffy when he got his first win last start against Baltimore. They've scored him 21st inning runs on the year.
Well, there you
out
go.
of his 39, and he's only has 1 win.
So 21st inning runs, that's more than half of their total for the year in the first inning, and they lead the majors with 39 first inning runs.
And he's been the beneficiary.
Remember, it was just the other night in Baltimore. Salvador Perez hit a grand slam, and it was 4-0 in the first inning before they had an out.
That
was the game Duffy
in
pitched?
Baltimore. Yes, it was.
2-1 call to strike on the outside corner.
You know what? I may take that back because they scored 10. But then they scored early, and Baltimore came back and jumped on them and won that game.
They did. Yeah, that's the game they lost.
Yeah, okay.
Ramirez dumps one down the line. He's going for 2, and he's going to get there easily. He'll stand with a 2-out double here in the first, and that's his 11th two-bagger of the year.
Well, that's what you call staying on the baseball, keeping your hands back. It was really a good pitch. That was out of the strike zone. That was not a strike. Watch Butera going out of the strike zone to back it up. But boy, he stayed on it. Didn't do a whole lot with it. Just flares it to right field, and he ends up getting a double.
Now Edwin Encarnacion with 2 down in the first. Ball gets away. Ramirez can walk to third. A pass ball for Butera. Ball just popped right out of the old mitt.
Well, right there, there's nothing you can say. He's just going to say, my bad. But with 2 outs.
Yeah, does that alter Duffy's strategy at all with Encarnacion?
I don't think so. No, I don't think so. You know, you get him to third base, even if he throws that breaking ball in the dirt, now Butera has to block it.
2-1. Yeah, if anything, it maybe puts a little more heat on Butera.
Exactly. He's the one that did it, so I guarantee you he'll be ready to block it now because he let him get to third base.
So far in the month of May, the Indians batting at a .330 clip with runners in scoring position. And remember, they were under 200 for the I think almost the entire first month this year. They might have gotten just above 200 at the end of April.
See how Duffy pitches here on 3-1 count. See, he wasn't going to give Eddie, even though in his career he's really handled Encarnacion pretty well.
Take another look at the Jose Ramirez double, courtesy of StatCast, and off the bat at 71. But
look,
placement is everything.
Well, again, it's like we talked about Moustakas hitting the ball and how tough it is with guys no hitters, perfect game. That's a case in point there. That was a great pitch.
Off the plate, as you said, not even a strike.
You know, you give credit to the hitter that time for just putting it in play. When you see that happen now, you appreciate it more the way guys swing and miss now, and they give themselves, you know, they don't try to put it in play. But when you see a hitter do that, you go, wow, nice job of hitting.
Here's Brandon Geyer with first and third and 2 down. 9 out of his 10 hits this year have come against left-handed pitching. This one was borderline at best. Big pitch for Duffy, though, to even the count. Fights off a good pitch. Geyer has only had 11 at-bats with a runner in scoring position, but he has 4 hits. Right back to him. And that'll end the threat. Indians strand a pair at the corners, and we are scoreless after 1.
chance at $5.6 million. Download Beat the Streak today.
Joe DiMaggio, huh?
Yes,
5.6
indeed.
mil.
5.6 mil. How sweet would that be?
Think about the tax problems, though.
That's okay. Love it.
Lucas Duda swings at the first pitch, and he's going to take a page out of Jose Ramirez's book, and he's not going to go for two, though. Raj Davis cut it off and made a good throw. So Duda held to a long leadoff single.
Yeah, nice job of getting over there to hold him to a single instead of the leadoff double. I want to see if Duda was really actually running. He knew it had to be a base hit slicing down the line. He's a big guy. He doesn't run. He's in lumbers. But, man, that's where doubles are made, coming out of the batter's box. But you can see, yeah, not very fleet of foot.
That's full tilt right there.
Yeah, I guess it is. So you just got to be careful. It's a leadoff single.
Whit Merrifield riding a 6-game hitting streak. Right at Ramirez. There's one back to first. Not in time. Duda.
Nice try.
Able to dive safely back into the bag. One away.
Well, that's because he didn't get off that far. You know, he's not very fast, so he doesn't get a good jump, and that was a line drive. So even if it was short hopped Ramirez, it would have had an easy double play. Unfortunately, it stayed up.
And so the batter now is Alex Gordon. Gordon had a 4-hit game the other night in Baltimore. Since then, 0 for his last 13. And that's got to drive you nuts as a player. You have a 4-hit game, you feel everything's going right.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, you can't find your way to first base again.
Yeah, you're starting all over again. Feeling good about yourself after a 4-hit game. Then again, you got to come to Cleveland and face the starters that they have.
And that's a big part of the equation.
Yes, it is. It all depends on where you're going next.
Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. I'm sure there are guys years from now, not much success for Gordon against Kluber, who will tell stories saying, I used to go to Cleveland and it put me in a slump for a month.
Yeah, I'd go in there. I wouldn't get a hit. I could be as hot as I could be.
The 0-2. Gordon fouls it back.
That's the pitch. You see, you wanted to hit off Kluber, especially he was down 0-2. He got one elevated a little bit, had a chance, and you foul it back. When you're facing good pitchers like Kluber, you can't foul it back. You've got to find a way to put it in play. Easier said than done.
3-man shift right side of the infield. Ramirez by himself on the left side at the shortstop position. And Gordon shoots a foul the other way. Gordon is a guy who will drive the ball to the opposite field, but if he does that, that's usually a pitch elevated he'll hit in the air, which is why the infield defensively is pulled around the right, because if he rolls over, it's usually on the ground. The 0-2 struck him out looking. Has burned him with a fastball. Obviously, he's looking for something else there.
And he's not looking for that fastball to come back again. We see how many times the movement on this pitch is the deceiving thing. You're looking inside and look where it ends up. It ends up running that much. It's got to be a solid 12 inches where that thing just runs back over the plate.
Making 15 straight strikes now for Corey Kluber, and we've seen that before. He gets on a run like this.
He had a 17 out of 20 in one start here. Not too many ago.
Escobar off the end of the bat pops it up foul, or in fairground near the bag. And the first baseman, Encarnacion, makes the catch to end the inning. Corey Kluber cruises through the second, no score.
seats at the best prices. You'll save big over single game prices and get exclusive perks. Go to Indians.com for more details.
Be a good time to jump on that program because the weather has to be better from here on out. Has to
Certainly hope so.
be. Shoot, by the time we come back, it'll be almost Memorial Day, right?
I know, yeah, and that's right. That's when it usually starts getting nice.
Well, here we go. Bottom of the second. Yan Gomes, Eric Gonzalez, and Greg Allen. Danny Duffy hopes a fastball by him. Strike one. Gomes with a hit in 8 of his last 10 games, but hitless in the series opener. Crushed deep left. If it's fair, it's gone, but it is foul in front of the pole. He never left the box, so he must have known right away. But that ball was scorched.
Well, you're right. The hitter knows when he gets out there if he turned on it, and you can just tell by his reaction. Just a little too far out in front of it.
Yeah, he squared it up. Murph said it was 108 off the bat. Goes the other way, but that's foul. Oh, nice play. Huh? You kidding me? No glove needed.
Nice catch.
Gomes smacks this one up the alley. Left center. That'll get down. And by the time it's cut off, Yan Gomes is going to second base with a stand-up double. Boy, Archie could just tell the way he was swinging the bat in that at bat, even though he got a couple of foul balls. He looked like a guy was pretty locked in.
Yeah, he pulled the fastball foul. He hit one down the right field line. Now he throws that breaking ball, the little slider that stays upstairs, and it just speeds his bat head up, and he drills it into left center. So Gomes gets his 5th double, a leadoff double here. See if they can take advantage of it. 100th, yeah, his 100th career double.
Eric Gonzalez, the batter, getting a start here today, and he's been pushing for more playing time the way he's been playing, and he shoots a base hit into right field. Coming around third, Yan Gomes, he'll be held there. And the Indians have him at first and third with nobody out. That's 8 hits in 17 at-bats in the games in which he has been a starter this year.
Wow, what a great approach. I mean, he walks up, leadoff double. Okay, now you program, go the other way. He gets a breaking ball and still slices it to right field. And now he hasn't played in a while, so it's not easy to step in that box and have a good game plan. But he gets his job done. He gets him over to third base. He gets the hit. So a nice start to this second inning.
Now here's Greg Allen, switch hitter. Allen was showing bunt and pulled it back for ball one. In his brief career, which consists of a September call-up a year ago and a handful of games this year, he's been better from the right side of the plate. He's gone 4 for 11 with a double and a home run as a right-handed batter. Only 1 AB so far this year as a right-handed hitter. And a foul back. 2-1.
Well, good hitting count there. 2-0 fastball fouled off.
Fastball up near the top of the zone and a foul right back. It's 2-2. Shoots it the other way, foul. First and third, nobody out, second inning. Right back up the middle. Merrifield with a great play to get the force at second. That'll be the first out of the inning. The Indians take the lead 1-0. Greg Allen gets the RBI, his first on the year.
You know, a little surprise there. They speed his bat up at the breaking ball. He was throwing fastballs right by him, and that was awfully close at second base. Gonzalez got there in a hurry, and watch Escobar get there, tag the bag, and try and get out of the way as he's sliding in. Good slide, nothing harmful there, but the Indians get the run home. Allen gets his first RBI on the fielder's choice. And it looks like, I don't know what they're...
Kansas City's taking a look to see if they want to challenge the slide at second base, but I believe they have decided against it.
Well, he went straight into the bag.
The only thing I'm thinking of, Archer, is the last part of the slide where he kind of,
No, he's fine. Yeah. He just went over the bag. He did not hinder him in any way. They wouldn't have been able to turn him.
So Greg Allen is at first with one out. And the Indians leading in 1-0. Draws another throw. Snap throw, but again, Allen right there. Upstairs with it, 2-0. Off the glove again of Butera. This one looked more like a wild pitch, but he did get leather on it. We'll see how it's scored.
Maybe sitting inside, and then he really had to reach out to the backhanded side of it. Let's see. Yeah, you can see that ball was way in the left-handed batter's box, so a tough play for the catcher.
And it is scored a wild pitch.
It's Duffy's third.
Allen in a scoring position now for Raj, who's got a 3-0 count, taken all the way, it looked like. Francisco Lindor waits on deck. So Duffy, while he may have been distracted by Allen at first, he certainly doesn't want to mess around and walk Rajay Davis for the hottest hitter in baseball. And he just did. 2 on, 1 out. And Francisco Lindor coming to the plate. Our player profile brought to you by Levin Furniture. Tito Francona, the last leadoff man to have 4 extra base hits in a game before Lindor did it last night. Something else. Lindor has hit 15 home runs in his career against Kansas City. That's the most by far against any opponent.
Well, I'm sure he loves to see that KC uniform come to town, or when we go to Kansas City. This year we don't go to Kansas City until July.
He's had 200 career at bats against Kansas City pitching.
A quick thing, you talk about how Lindor was hitting the ball all over the field the last couple of days. He went to the 2 hitting coaches and he realized that he wasn't getting extended long enough on outside pitches, guys. So they worked on it. Victor and Bambo worked with him for 2 days. And voila, he looked at me, he goes, man, I got to see my mistakes more often and go to them. They actually knew how to fix me.
Yeah.
Well, he had great extension on both of those pitches away last night.
Well, remember what Arch said on Friday night. When things are going well, it's easier to make adjustments.
In the dirt, it hit Lindor. And now the bases are loaded.
Oh, boy, he's having a tough inning right here. He had an 0-2 count. You know, you walked the 9th place hitter. You had the 8th place hitter down. And he's making a mess for himself. Look at the cutter or the slider. Back toe. And it ricochets off. So now he's in trouble. He has the bases loaded. Facing the guy that's on fire as well.
Michael Brantley. Fly to left his first time up. 5 for 10 in the series with a cool 6 runs batted in. Don't see many swings like that from Brantley. 0-1. Our Kia drive to success shows you that right now in the American League batting race, Brantley suddenly has moved into 3rd behind Andrelton Simmons of the Angels and Mookie Betts, who's atop the leaderboard. Ground ball to first. Duda goes to second. They'll get the force there for the second out of the inning. Another run is home as Greg Allen scores, and it's 2-0 Cleveland. Give Michael Brantley his team-leading 25th run batted in on the year. Lindor, Brantley, Ramirez began the day all with 24 runs batted in.
Well, if Danny Duffy can, minimize this inning and get out of it, that'll be a nice job by him because he got himself in hot water. But if Ramirez can get a 2-out base hit, he could be in trouble. Big out in the ball game right here for Duffy and the Royals.
And normally a very tough out for an opposing pitcher.
Well, he made a great pitch on him in his first at bat, and he hit a double.
Last 12 games, Ramirez, 12 runs scored, 12 runs batted in. Rajay Davis off in foul ground at 3rd. And it's low, 2-1.
Change up down and away after going inside.
This will be the 26th pitch of the inning, and it's jolted deep left field. It is gone to Souvenir City. Jose Ramirez with a 2-out, 3-run homer, and it's a 5-run second for Cleveland. His 12th home run of the year, and now he takes over the team lead in runs batted in with 27.
Well, Ramirez, you get the count in his favor, and he threw him a nice four-seamer to hit, and guess what? He hit it and smoked it. And that's the 11th home run given up by Duffy, and he went right at him, and it's not coming back. Good swing. Ramirez now 2 for 2, and a big 5 spot in the second.
Nice grab, too, huh? Over the railing and everything. Fans have come to play today.
Yes, they have.
Edwin Encarnacion looks at a ball outside. Edwin drew a walk his first time up.
Well, that 3 runs there with Kluber on the mound, for the Indians, it makes it tough. That's why Duffy had a chance to get out of it, but he could not do it.
Well, they've won 68 in a row when they score in 4, so.
I know. Everybody here knows in this ballpark. That's why the Indians are loving that swing there.
But as we saw, and I know it's Kluber on the mound, but as we saw on Friday,
right?
This is a Kansas City team. They're not just going to throw their gloves down and stomp off the field. They're going to keep battling.
Did not mean that whatsoever, but they're going to have their work cut out for them now.
2-2. And I'm sure you went through this in your days as a player. When you're up against a Ron Guidry or a guy who's really at the top of his game as a pitcher, you get down in a big hole early. It must feel like you're staring up Mount Everest.
Well, and then on the other side of that coin, you are. But on the other side, you have to put zeros on for the rest of the day. From this point on, they can't let them get any more. And another walk.
Another look at the Ramirez home run. His last hit was 71 miles an hour off the bat. This one almost 110. It's up and out of here. Big crooked number on the board for the Tribe. Cal Eldred's going to pay a visit to the mound. Kansas City has some stirring in the bullpen. Nobody's throwing at this point, but Brandon Geyer will be the 9th man to bat here in the 2nd inning. Well, while we're talking about the Indians offense, let's take a peek at our Lowe's whole team together. Focusing on the Indians offense in the last 7 home games. You can't do much better than that.
No way. 6 or more runs in all 7 games. And they're on a good start today with a 5-run second.
Brandon Geyer awaits the pitch. Foul back. There's as many as 4, if not 5 guys in the Kansas City bullpen stretching, doing some light calisthenics, jogging.
See, it's like a pregame.
They don't know who's going to get the call first, but they're all trying to get ready if the call comes down for them. Duffy's trying to get out of the inning here. And he will on the strikeout, but not before the Indians score 5. The exclamation point, a Jose Ramirez 3-run gem to the bleachers, and it's 5-0 Cleveland. Duffy, not surprisingly, a bit upset.
Yes, and it's always those water coolers that, they take the brunt of the frustration.
Stupid water coolers. And now Corey Kluber with what has, for a streak that began on June 11th of 2013, Money in the bank. Drew Butera takes a strike. It's the 6th time in the month of May that the Indians have had a 5-run inning, says Redbird. Only the Red Sox and Astros have done that as well. Drew Butera comes into today 0 for his last 7 at the plate. And as far as getting the chance to start a game here in Cleveland, not exactly high on his list of priorities. Last 9 games here, he is 2 for 19 at the plate.
Well, he ended up catching here that first series because Perez was hurt.
Yeah.
So he did all the catching in that one.
Tried to hold up, but he's strikeout victim number 4 for Corey Kluber.
Check out some of the pitches in slow motion from Kluber. There's a little 2-seam fastball that had the run on Gordon for a strikeout. You're going to see a little cutter there. Swing and a miss. There's the changeup. He was lucky to get a piece of. Did a good job. And then the good old-fashioned breaking ball.
If you're John Jay, you're swinging here. 21 straight strikes.
Really? Whoa.
He's thrown 32 pitches. 28 have been strike zone. But again, 0-1. It's not like he's laying it right down the middle of the plate. These are quality strikes.
Exactly. You know, hitters watch the pitcher as he's pitching to other players in that lineup before they get up to the plate. So my philosophy: look for something pretty good that first pitch and swing it, because you know he's going to throw you a strike.
Fouls that off. 1-2.
It's the counts like this, the 0-2, 1-2 counts. That's where you get buried, because he expands your zone, because he has that good a control with all of his pitches. He can go out just off the dish, and you don't want to leave it in the umpire's hands and let him call you out if it's a couple inches off the plate.
Puts a good swing on that ball. Greg Allen comes racing in, couldn't get to it. And that's the Royals' 3rd hit of the day. They've had a hit in every inning.
Second straight inning with a leadoff hit. 1-2 pitch. Let's see Allen get a jump out there. Not bad. Wasn't going to get there. Just wasn't hit hard enough for him to try and make a dive or anything like that. Just give him the base hit.
Now Jorge Soler. Struck out his first time up. Soler has reached base in 32 of the 35 games he's played this year. I think the Royals are starting to feel a whole lot better about that trade, and you know, the fact that Soler's a guy that looks like now should be a part of their outfield for many years to come.
Well, hey, this is his year where, you know, he spent time in the minor leagues last year, and they made that trade to get him over here. And I'll tell you what, he just needs playing time. They've got good coaching over there. He'll make it. He can hit. He's got very good power.
Off the end of the bat. Shallow right. And what a play by Gonzalez. He turns and rips it back to first. Encarnacion cannot make the catch. They might have had a double play, but aside from that, that was a phenomenal effort by Gonzalez.
It really was, because I don't think Geyer would have gotten there. And watch him. He just picks it and then turns. And in defense for Encarnacion at first, when you see Jay coming back, he's sliding in the way, and I don't know if he could see the ball completely. It was a good throw. You see he got blocked out right there as he comes sliding into first. And if he catches it, it would have been really close. But Geyer would not have caught that ball. Nice play by Gonzalez to get the second out.
Eddie, a tip of the cap. That was a heck of an effort by the youngster Gonzalez. And now a ground ball to Gonzalez. Long throw. Perfect. Side retired. Middle of the third. 5-0 Cleveland.
Forward to Old Truth moment later in the ball game.
Bottom of the third. Yan Gomes to lead off for Cleveland, just as he did in the second inning. Doubled to left center to start the second. And Danny Duffy delivers in the dirt, ball one. The leash is short for Duffy now after surrendering 5 runs in the second. So that Kansas City bullpen, I don't know if anybody's still sitting down. They're all up, milling about, and Yan Gomes starts the third with a single to left.
Gomes now 2 for 2. They batted around last inning and off to another start here.
Eric Gonzalez coming to the plate. Take another look at the play he made. How much ground did he cover here?
80 feet. That's almost like running from home to first with your back to the infield and trying to make a catch. Made it look easy.
First time up, he made it look easy with the bat. Just shot a base hit into right field.
Yeah, that was a leadoff double by Gomes, and then Duffy tried to throw him a slider to get him to pull it on the ground in hopes that he wouldn't go the other way, but he drove a single to right field, and nicely done. Stayed back on it.
Two-oh pitch, way outside, ball 3. And he walked him on 4 straight.
This is what set up last inning. Bottom part of the lineup.
Injury report brought to you by the attorneys at Elk & Elk. Ryan Zimmerman on the DL for the Washington Nationals with an oblique injury. Jordan Zimmerman for the Tigers has a right shoulder issue. And Chase Anderson. Now there's one you don't see every day, Archie.
Food poisoning or where? They're out in LA right now. No, they were out in Colorado.
Bad room service, maybe. Who knows?
Might have been.
Left-hander up in the bullpen for Kansas City. Greg Allen tries to get the bunt down. It goes foul.
If Greg Allen, stays up here and plays in the big leagues, this is one part of his game he's going to have to improve upon, and that's bunting. Because he's a guy, he doesn't drive the ball. He's going to have to learn how to move base runners and get it done. And he was out here a couple of days ago working on that well before batting practice started.
They pinch in at the corners. He squares again, takes a strike, and now he's in the hole 0-2. That's my favorite, one of my favorite little subtle things in baseball. You don't get the bunt down. It goes to 2 strikes. The hitter looks down at third base coach, and the third base coach just looks away.
Yeah, he's not looking at you because he knows what's going to happen.
Allen strikes out, 1 down.
It's only the second strikeout by Duffy.
It's like, what do you want me to tell you now?
Nothing. Swing. Get him over.
Oh man. 1 down, second strikeout for Duffy, and it brings up Rajay Davis. Raj walked and scored in the 5-run second inning. He's hit in 4 straight games, and over his last 7 games has 7 hits. Center field, Gordon makes the catch. Gomes tags. He'll go to third, but there are 2 down.
Well, you can start your weekend off right, and that'll be Friday, May 25th, right here at the ballpark with a $1 dog night, and then stay afterwards for Songs of Summer. It's a themed fireworks display presented by Sports Clips. Just go to Indians.com/tickets. And I'll tell you, we just had our first $1 dog night on Friday. Now we got our first fireworks show added to that the next time we get home. Very nice.
And the defending world champions, Houston Astros.
Houston in town. That's right. We'll have to play them 7 times out of the next 10 days. Once we leave Detroit.
Frankie Lindor hit by a pitch in the second inning. Fouls that one straight back.
Now, he had Lindor 0-2 in his last at-bat and hit him in the back foot with a little slider, caught him on the toe. He ended up taking first base. Here again, he has him 0-2.
And a base hit into left field for Lindor. He drives home Gomes. 6-0 Cleveland, as Lindor has his 25th run batted in on the year.
And his hitting streak continues, and it's a career high for Frankie. So he finds one between the hole. Watch this, a breaking ball again, and it stayed right there. It was up a little bit, the slider. So make it a 6-0 ball game. His 25th RBI. We got guys driving him in all over, man. The top 3 guys.
Michael Brantley. His 25th RBI came in his last at bat. You know, we mentioned before that the Indians, since April 26th, that's when Andrew Miller went on the DL, how the bullpen had struggled, how the pitching staff had given up a lot of runs. But how about these numbers from Lindor? Since April 26th, same date, he is #1 in the majors in hits, #1 in home runs, #1 in slugging percentage, best in the American League in batting average. So as the team has gone through a turbulent period, he's been at his best. And now Brantley drives one fairly deep to left. Back is John Jay, and he'll make the catch. Inside is retired, but not before the Indians add to their lead. It's 6-0 through 3. To relive great moments and get insights from the players, be sure to follow Sports Time Ohio on Instagram. And you can also follow Andre at Dre Knott on Instagram as well. He's always got some good stuff down there. He has the ability to shoot some really cool field level videos after guys hit a home run, and so you'll get the behind the scenes celebration in the dugout.
We need Arch on Instagram. What's your Instagram handle?
I'm going to let you know later.
That'll be never ever
Neverland.
That'll be at never ever.
I got to get you out in the social media world. Come on, Arch.
No, you do a great job, Andre. We can't do any better than you do.
Stop.
You don't need me.
Perez bangs one back up the middle, and the Kansas City Royals have had a single in every inning against Corey Kluber.
Third straight inning they've had their leadoff man aboard.
Now to the plate for the Royals.
Were you getting ready, Andre? I heard you.
Well, Ned Yost has done something that's a little different than what most teams are doing with his DH role. If you've noticed, I think Gordon on Friday night was his DH. He was up back in center field today. Obviously, is Salvador Perez. And basically what he's doing, they don't have a DH in his mind like they've had in the past. So that's how he's giving guys days off, is basically he's just rotating through. They've used, going into Friday's game, they had used 11 different DHs in 35 games. And they're just going to continue doing that as the season goes along. And he likes it because it keeps good bats in the lineup.
Right.
But he's giving them a day off. And this is how they're going to go about doing it. Because remember, they had Moss last year.
Yeah.
And they had Morales a couple years before that. And they really don't have a guy that's just a DH this year. So that's how they're going to go about using their DH this season.
Well, if you don't have one guy that's, you're going to pay big dollars to be the designated hitter, that's a good way to do it, where you can rest some of your guys occasionally.
And he thinks that's what helped got Gordon going. Remember the other night you guys were talking about his hands and they were lower and everything else? By giving him a couple days where he just concentrated on hitting, they think that's what turned his season around.
Lucas Duda taking a strike. It's 1-1. Duda an opposite field single in the second inning. That led off that inning for Kansas City, but then 3 straight outs. 1-1 pitch, just missed inside. Last inning, it was a 1-out single by John Jay. And now here in the fourth, a leadoff single by Salvador Perez. Kansas City's other hit came to the first on a 2-out squib single by Moustakas. Out of play, 2-2. Fouled right back.
Pretty good swing on that pitch.
High fly ball, left field, backing up. Rajay Davis on the warning track will make the grab, and back to first goes Salvador Perez, one away. Our stat of the game is brought to you by Buick. Pitches per inning. This essentially measures how efficient a pitcher can be. Corey Kluber, no surprise, right there near the top. Sean Manaea of Oakland. How about Bartolo Colon?
Well, he comes in, throws one fastball, cuts it, and says, here you go. And Carrasco, 2 out of the top 5 for the Tribe. Something that this whole staff does very well. Clevenger getting to that point. The one thing the Indians have done, when you go back to August of last year, the Indians have held Kansas City to 2 or fewer runs in 12 of the last 16 meetings. And they've gone 12-4. So that's the key. You hold that opposition to 2 or less, you got a really good chance of winning.
Broken back to third. Ramirez goes to second for one. Gonzalez turns the double play. They go around the horn to turn 2, and the inning is over. We'll move to the bottom of the fourth. It's Cleveland 6, Kansas City nothing.
Hats off for heroes, because no matter where you serve or when you served, we stand ready to serve all military families.
Mother's Day here at Progressive Field. 55 degrees at game time. Light breeze blowing in. Still a bit cool down here at the ballpark, but the Indians heating it up with the bats in the second inning. Jose Ramirez hit a 3-run homer to cap a 5-run inning. Ramirez taking over the team lead, and runs batted in with that 3-run shot. That's 27. And he and Lindor tied for the team lead in home runs now with a 12 apiece. .30 pitch. Upstairs, Duffy walks the leadoff man. You know, Arch, when this game started, you know, even before that, when we were filling out our lineup cards and looking at the lineup that Tito Francona was trotting out there today, not that you raised your eyebrow, but you thought, wow, okay, you get it, the right-handed bats, but you're going to sit Alonso and you're gonna, no Kipnis. These guys have all chipped in, and it's those right-handed bats that kind of sparked that second inning.
No doubt.
Gonzalez, I mean, Raj.
All that scoring, they did spark the second and also the third. You know, when you think about it, the Indians this year, they're better against left-handers than they are right-handers. 7-6 on the year when they get a left-handed starter. 6-3 at home.
Edwin sends a fly ball to right field. Jorge Soler makes the catch. 1 down. Well, the Tribe hits the road now for 10 days. And the road trip begins tomorrow night in Detroit. Carlos Carrasco against Mike Fiers. Alan Jensen will start our coverage at 6:30 with Indians Live. First pitch just after 7 o'clock right here on Sports Time Ohio, or streaming live on Fox Sports Go. Geyer cuts and misses. Brandon is grounded out, struck out. Tigers are at home playing Seattle. They're tied 2-2 in the fourth. Oh, what a great jump by Ramirez. Teixeira throws anyway, but he had no chance because Ramirez got such a great jump. That'll be his 6th stolen base of the year.
Yeah, right there, I think Duffy's not even paying attention to him, thinking, all right, he's not going to take off, and he went on first movement. So really nothing Butera could do. You steal that one right off Danny Duffy.
That 1-1. And Geyer trying to bloop one in. Out goes to second baseman, which Merrifield couldn't get there. It drops for a hit. Ramirez goes to third. Indians at the corners with 1 out. And that's a very similar play to the one Gonzalez just made. But that illustrates just how difficult a play that is and how easy Gonzalez made it look.
Yeah, and they're sort of jockeying Ramirez back at second base to keep him a little closer, so it puts a little more pressure on the middle infielders. And that one just gets over. I mean, it made it by about a foot. He couldn't get there, so Geyer gets himself a base hit. An opportunity to add to the 6-0 score now.
And Yan Gomes is already 2 for 2, and he's seeing the ball very well. Duffy starts him off speed. Gomes doubled and scored in the second, singled and scored in the third. High fly ball, deep right center field. Soler back, he's out of room, it's out of here! Yan Gomes is having himself quite a day. He's 3 for 3, and now a 3-run homer. And this baby is turning into a rout. 9-0 Cleveland. Boy, that ball off the bat, it didn't seem as though he absolutely destroyed it. But as Soler kept drifting back and back, you realize this ball's really carrying well.
Well, and he hit it well because it wasn't the win like yesterday. This is his day today. He gets the breaking ball in his first at-bat, hits the double. Then he gets the base hit. And now the 3-run homer. And I'll tell you what, Yan Gomes, that's a nice afternoon. His 5th homer. Give him 3 more ribbies, and that had some carry to a great top spin. And I think he knew he got enough of it to go that way.
That is going to hasten the exit of Danny Duffy. He serves up 9 runs here today. And the Cleveland Clinic call to the bullpen has been made. Left-hander Brian Flynn, I believe, is coming in for Kansas City. We'll have more on that when we come back. Brian Flynn delivers down low to Eric Gonzalez. And Gonzalez with a smash to short. Big hop for Escobar. Throw him out 2 down. Jan Gomes. Papo. Almost 6 seconds in the air. His 5th home run of the season. And just believe it or not, as well as he swung the bat this year, that's just his 2nd hit with runners in scoring position. But it was mashed. And the Indians collectively now really swinging the bats well, which is a good sign as they get ready to head out on a Big Ten-day road trip.
Well, Jan just a triple away from the cycle, so he's got to find a ricochet around this ballpark somewhere.
Greg Allen shoots it the other way. Nice approach. And he's got his first base hit of the year.
Well, there was a ball there they wanted to get in on him, and he just shoots it the other way. Take your base hit. Number 9 for the Indians. And his first of the year, so he's got to be thrilled there. Get that monkey off your back.
The line for Danny Duffy. Kansas City started 3 1/3 innings. 9 runs, 8 hits, 5 walks, 2 strikeouts, 1 hit batter, 1 wild pitch, 2 home runs. All of that on 87 pitches.
Yeah, and his struggles continue against the Indians in his career.
Yeah, he came in 0-6 in his last 9 games with an ERA over 6, so that's not going to improve at all.
Yeah, you got to go back to 2014, September 22nd. It's the last time he beat the Indians.
Rajay Davis pops one up. Duda near the seats. Can't get to it. Shortest start of the year for Duffy, not surprisingly, 3 1/3 innings. And, you know, I think, Arch, we've seen in this series the uphill climb that Kansas City has ahead of them. Their offense is pretty good. I mean, they put up runs in that first game. They played a heck of a game offensively. But their pitching makes it difficult for them to get any kind of a consistent roll going as a team.
Yeah, it sure does. And that's what it takes, the consistency on the mound. You know, you look at Kansas City, they're 14th in the league as far as ERA goes. The only other team below them as a team overall is the Chicago White Sox. Their bullpen, you know, is last in the league when it comes to ERA. And that's the thing, boy. That they've got a nice park to pitch in. And they lost a lot of free agents, but you know, if you have to go out and pay for a free agent, you need to have those starters coming up through your organization if you can.
Yeah, just a few short years ago, they had one of the best bullpens.
Oh, yes, they did. Well, you look at them, they're sprinkled all over baseball as closers and top setup.
Yeah, Greg Holland got hurt, but then, you know, Wade Davis,
right.
Kelvin Herrera, he's still here, Herrera, but.
Well, this could be the year he's gone. I'm sure he's a free agent probably at the end of the year.
I'll let you know, he's got to be close, right?
Yeah, I would think so. And it's tough to pay those guys.
Yep. Yeah, he'll be a free agent at season's end. Strike 3 called. Inning over. But another big blast. The Indians' second 3-run homer of the day. This one by Jan Gomes makes it 9-0 Cleveland. To you by the 2018 Kia Sorento, the perfect getaway vehicle. Visit KiaDealers.com to learn more. And by Levin Furniture. For the best deals on furniture and mattresses, shop Levin's. Nine to nothing. Indians on top. And as we go to the 5th inning, Alex Gordon will lead off for Kansas City. Fouled right back, 1-1. Ground ball with the shift on, an easy play for Lindor. One away. Our great clip of the game from yesterday, Mike Clevenger. He went 7 2/3. Good breaking ball. He struck out 5, scattered 8 hits, gave up a couple of runs, 115 pitches. But what he did was he kept the Royals off the board and enabled the Indians offense to get it rolling late. He's now 3-0 on the year.
Yeah, his first win at home, and really I love that curveball he was throwing yesterday. Really, it's a nice change of pace off his breaking ball, and he's been very good this year.
He had such a good pace going. I didn't even realize that he was at 115 pitches until I saw Tito come out of the dugout. You know, he just never felt like he was laboring at any point.
Right.
Well, he didn't walk anybody, and that's always important.
That was his first start where he hasn't walked anybody, which is that's a sign of good things to come.
Alcides Escobar rounds to short. 2 down. Down to Andre.
2 things about Clev and after the game that he talked about that stood out to me. The first one is he told me, he goes, remember I told you a couple of days ago I expect Lindor to do crazy stuff every night? He goes, he didn't have 2 home runs yesterday, but he did today. He goes, I told you. The other thing is he learned from his last start, and he had one of the best quotes of the year so far. He said it was like having a masterpiece and spilling paint all over it at the end of what happened in New York. He wanted to finish well. He didn't like that he left his last start with 2 walks. Felt like that put Cody Allen in a bad situation. And he remembered that in the 8th inning yesterday. And he said that was what his main focus was towards the end of his start yesterday.
You know, and it's good he can look at it that way, and he puts it on himself, because all things considered, Tito just tried to stretch him out. Right. So it was all new territory for him going out there in the 8th inning.
It was.
That was a career high for him.
And he appreciates that Tito was allowing him to do that, but he wanted to learn from it, so Tito will continue to let him do it.
That's awesome. That's great respect, and that's a great way to look at it if you're Mike Clevenger.
And also think about this, guys. He struck out Jorge Soler on his 115th pitch of the night. A guy who was 3 for 3 and had 2 doubles already in the game going into that last at bat.
Right.
Well, Clevis told me Soler has hit him everywhere he's been, but he said the guy that's catching there, he said Roberto Perez told him, hey man, let's stop doing fastballs low to this guy. Let's start going off speed on him a little bit. He's got your fastball right now.
Yeah.
Well, he finished well, and that's all that counts. The 1-2, low and away. Drew Butera struck out his first time up. Corey Kluber has been an absolute machine throwing strikes.
I don't think Iron Mike or a pitching machine can throw as many strikes as Kluber's throwing today.
The 2-2. I lost track a while ago. He was at 21 straight strikes, though, at one point in this game.
And then his next pitch, after you mentioned it, he threw a ball.
Sure.
But that was okay.
Of course, yeah.
I mean, 27 of 28.
All right.
Right from Tom Bocciano.
Tom, what's the weather in Detroit going to be? Speaking of Detroit, Tigers Mariners tied 2-2. They're in the bottom of the 5th. Interesting in that Scott Service, for whatever reason, is not with the team this weekend. So
graduation for his daughter.
Is that what it was?
Yes.
So Maniac is the acting manager, and they tabbed Ichiro to come down and be the bench coach. You know, he announced his retirement recently.
Right.
Here's the one and the payoff pitch. Off the end of the bat, Drew Butera serves a single into center field, and the Royals keep their streak alive. They've had one single in every inning so far today against Kluber.
Yeah, the first and the fifth inning, 2-out singles. The second, third, and fourth were leadoff singles, but that breaking ball stayed up a little bit and let him get to it. And he did a nice job of hitting right there when you take a single like that up the middle off Kluber after you were down in the count 0-2.
John Jay singled his last time up against Kluber, extending his hitting streak to 6 games. And he's had a really good series. He has 5 hits and 11 at bats, a couple of doubles. Fly ball, center field. Greg Allen calls for it, makes the catch. Halfway through, Cleveland 9, Kansas City nothing.
Lets you conveniently purchase, access, and forward your Indians tickets directly to your mobile device and have it scanned for entrance to the ballpark. No need to print tickets.
Francisco Lindor leading off here in the 5th inning. Slicing down the right field line and foul. A heck of an effort by Soler. And he slammed into that wall, unable to make the play.
Well, you can see not much foul territory down there, and if you want to put the brakes on, that's about what you have to do. You got to go in there with a slide. Tough play. You go in there standing up, you're going to have a collision with the wall.
Lindor, an RBI single in the 3rd. He was hit by a pitch back in the 2nd inning. And he's got another extra base knock here. He's on his way to second base with a double. My goodness. He is absolutely tearing it up right now.
And anything he's hitting, he's going line to line. I mean, this ball, watch where it is. It's down and in, and he's just going to pull it right over the bag. So Frankie again, another multi-hit game, another double.
So he's 7 for 10 in the series, Arch, with 2 homers, 3 doubles. And that's just the last 3 days.
Yeah, he's been on a remarkable run.
Here's Michael Brantley.
Lindor has his batting average up to 317 now.
Yeah, I mentioned early in the game, Arch, that Michael Brantley had snuck right up there among the league leaders in batting average.
Right.
Won't be long. We might be saying the same thing about Lindor. Brantley came in batting .342, which was good enough for 3rd best in the AL. And over his last 14 games, Brantley .377 average with 16 runs batted in. Ground ball, right side. Merrifield flags it down. Throws him out 1 away. Mid-game summary brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Jose Ramirez 3-run home run in the 2nd inning. Capped a 5-run 2nd. And Francisco Lindor an RBI single in the 3rd. Made it 6-0. Yan Gomes, Oppo, power. 3-run homer, 9-0. Infield in for Kansas City with Lindor at 3rd and 1 out. Jose Ramirez has already doubled and homered. The 3-run home run by Ramirez in the 2nd inning got Redbird thinking. He came up with a pretty good nugget here. How about this? The Indians didn't have a 3-run home run until May 2nd.
I remember that.
In their last 13 games, they've hit 7.
No kidding.
And that's
it's like opening a can of worms.
That's 2nd in the American League now. Only the Yankees have more with 8.
He's 2nd, so you're talking about 10 days.
And 7 different players have hit the 7 3-run homers.
That's unbelievable. Very good nugget right there, Redbird.
The 1-1. If you're keeping score at home, Edwin has a 3-run shot. Kip, Lindor, Naquin, Zimmer, and now Ramirez and Gomes here today. Spread the wealth.
3-run home runs are a beautiful thing.
In the dirt, 2-2. And Tyler Naquin telling Andre yesterday that he does not believe that the hamstring injury that put him on the 10-day DL is a big issue. He doesn't feel like it's going to be a lingering problem. So that's good news because he's been swinging it about well.
Yeah, you always say, let's hope now. You know, that's we've heard it before where guys going, oh, it'll be okay in about 10 days. And those things can be reoccurring if you try and come back too soon.
Did you ever have a hamstring injury?
No, I can't say that I did. No.
So that'd be a great question to ask you on social media. I also want to bring up something about Melky Cabrera.
Here's the 3-2. You keep trying.
I know. No, just remember this about Melky Cabrera. And as you talk about Tyler Naquin, he has a June 1st opt-out date. So basically, he has to be with the big league club, or he can opt out and become a free agent.
Gotcha.
I only bring that up because as Naquin, we talk about the Naquin injury, you don't want to rush him, but he may try to rush so he can beat Melky Cabrera here with the big club, to be honest.
Missed inside, and it's a walk for Ramirez.
Nice patience there. He wasn't going to give in to him. You want to get that run in from 3rd base, but you don't go outside your zone to really do that. Just let the next guy in line, give the next guy an opportunity.
Edwin Encarnacion has walked twice and flied to right. Brian Flynn having a chat with Drew Butera. pulls it foul. Brian Flynn is a big dude at 6'7", 255. And originally he was a 7th-round pick of the Tigers back in 2011. Went to the Marlins in the Anibal Sanchez deal. Ground ball right at the shortstop. Escobar to Merrifield for one. On to first. It's an inning-ending double play. 5 complete. Cleveland 9. Kansas City nothing.
Start for $10 for kids 12 and under with a purchase of an adult ticket. Just go to Indians.com/kids tickets.
Plenty of kids here today on this Mother's Day.
Indeed. They get to run the bases after the game too. Stay nice.
Moms get to run the bases?
No, kids.
Come on.
I bet moms could take the kids out there though.
6th inning, Jorge Soler to lead off for Kansas City. Corey Kluber. 50 out of 66 pitches for strikes today, and the count just keeps going. And the 0-1. In off the plate. That's a good keep you honest pitch.
Sure.
Now the 1-1 low and away. Ground ball right at the third baseman. Ramirez backs up and has it go right between the wickets off of his glove. And Soler aboard on the air to start inning number 6.
That ground ball right there just in between, man. Hit him off the heel, ricochets away. That'll be an error for Ramirez. 27 for the Indians now, and they're 12th in the month of May. That is Hosey's first error of the year.
And the way he has reacted, you'd swear it was maybe his 15th.
Well, he did.
He is just beside himself down there at third base. You'd think it was a 1-0 game, and he just committed the biggest error of his life.
We've got Cuthbert hitting right now from Mustakas.
I don't know if that's a move, 9-0 move, or if something happened to Moustakas.
No, I would think this is probably the game dictates that one. We didn't see anything with Moustakas.
Oh, pretty good pitch just off the outside edge. Gets away from Gomes, ball's in the dirt. Wild pitch sends a runner to second.
Little breaking ball away, just catches the dirt. Gomes couldn't get over there quite in time.
Straight up behind the plate. Gomes to the screen. Yes, no. He had it, but it popped out. Oh, and he's going to be slapped with an error.
Yeah. Yeah, you go back there and that ball has spin to come back, and he just caught himself. He was a little too far to the right. As it was coming in, you see he reaches out, and boy, that ball just bounces out of the glove. He tried to get it again. Well, now the second error in the inning. This will give Cuthbert, he's happy about it, an opportunity for another swing.
Two errors and a wild pitch here in the inning. And Kansas City has their first runner in scoring position. That's how dominant once again Kluber has been.
Well, Kluber doesn't give up many base hits to begin with, but on the season, with runners on, just a 161 average off Corey. So he's going to try and you know, preserve it, pick up his defense a little bit here, keep him off the board if possible.
Right at Lindor. One down. Hey, it's time for a game break. Here's Al Pawlowski.
All right, Matt, Rick, let's head up north to Toronto. Red Sox taking on the Blue Jays. J.D. Martinez really taking that Boston uniform. He's batting .340 now on the season. And oh, by the way, just hit his 10th home run as well. Opposite field to right. 3-0 Boston leads Toronto. Drew Pomerantz has a 2-hit shutout going into the 5th inning now, fellas. So how about J.D. in Boston?
All right, thanks, Al. How about Tampa Bay? They're getting beat up by Baltimore. Orioles 11-0 in the 6th inning. Dylan Bundy, the beneficiary of all that offensive support. Meanwhile, James Paxton is on the short end against the Tigers. Detroit's gone ahead of Seattle 3-2. Bottom of the 6th. Was it Paxton's last start he threw the no?
Yeah, I believe so. He was trying to go back to back. Johnny Vandermeer.
There's a name, you know, one of those baseball names that I would assume everybody knows.
Would live forever.
Only guy that's thrown back-to-back no-hitters. We talk about the unreachable milestones, the unbreakable records. That one is.
It's going to be tough to break.
Line fair over the head of Ramirez and down the line. This will get the Royals on the board. Soler will score. Salvador Perez with his 2nd hit of the ball game, his 4th double of the year, and it's his 17th RBI on the season.
He hit a low breaking ball there. The only thing you could say, it had a lot of the plate, but it was down. He serves it into left field, gets the Royals on the board.
All 17 of Salvi's RBIs have come since he came off the disabled list. So you're talking about all in the last 20 games that he's played. That gives you an idea of how big a hole that was in their lineup. Not to mention, you know, the presence, the leadership, all of the other things, the intangibles that come with his position on the ball club. But just missing his bat early in the season was tough for Kansas City.
And handling the pitching staff too.
I've got numbers to back it up after this pitch.
The 0-1 to Duda is hit pretty well. Deep center. Greg Allen back on the track. Makes the catch, slams into the wall, hangs on, and there are 2 down in the inning. Well, he never really broke stride at all, and he didn't have time to brace himself, so he smacked it pretty hard. But he held on. 2 gone here in the 6th.
Well, you see him ranging to his left. Didn't really peek to see where that wall was, and he had just enough. Watch his last step. He's going to hit that wall. He didn't realize where it was. He knew he was getting close, though, because when you get on that warning track, you realize it. Holds on and gets his second out.
Two down now for Whit Merrifield, who is 0 for 2. Andre, what were those numbers you had?
Going into this weekend with Perez, they were scoring. Without Perez, they were scoring 3.4 runs a game. They're up to 4.8 with them. The average 239 up to 279. Just all the numbers. Runners in scoring position. The team ERA was lowered when he's there. The opposition's stolen bases. You know, teams are 11 of 13 stealing bases against them when Perez is not behind the plate.
Well,
it's amazing when you go through all the numbers, the changes he's made with this team. They were 5 and 15 before he came back to play with them. They're now 8 and 11 with him back.
Yeah, you're talking about almost a run and a half more per game with his bat in the lineup.
We never really talk about that with him. You know, you go through all the years, we talk about what he does defensively and as a leader, but his bat is big too.
Yeah. Merrifield punches one up the gut, and that's going to get through. And they're going to wave Perez home, and he's going to score. And it's now 9-2 on the 2-out RBI single by Whit Merrifield. And that extends his hitting streak to 7 games.
Watch it pull the hands in as it's going to run inside. And it was not a bad pitch. He just muscled it and hit it where they were not. See Lindor coming in. He's upset he couldn't knock it down, but it goes as a base hit. They put their second run on the board and get their 7th hit.
Gordon slugs one to right, and it's one hopped by Geyer, who quickly flipping in, keeping Moustakas at second base. And now back-to-back 2-out hits keeps this train rolling for Kansas City. And it's going to bring out Carl Willis for the first time today. You know, baseball is full of not cliches, but you know, phrases that players have used for a long time. Big one is sometimes a pitcher, you got to pick up your defense when they make mistakes behind you, because they bail you out on a lot of occasions when they make spectacular plays. But you can't say it enough in this inning. The 2 errors really costly. Otherwise, the Royals wouldn't have scored.
That usually happens, boy. You know, when that happens, sometimes they do and sometimes they don't. But you hate to make the errors, and they've had a bad month defensively. Goins pinch hitting for Escobar.
Which is outside.
Send out some happy birthday wishes to Stephen Carney, big Indians fan. He's turning 41 today. Stephen, happy birthday.
chopper to first. Encarnacion with a flip. And that'll do it. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. Now 9-2 Cleveland. Post-game coverage of Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals between the Cavs and the Celtics. Live from Boston in the studio. Special guests Mike Fratello, Richard Jefferson. It's all coming up immediately after the final buzzer on Fox Sports Ohio. Brandon Geyer swings at the first pitch, sends a high drive deep to center. Back is Gordon. And makes the catch. One away. Our Miller Lite hold true moment. What a day it's been for Yan Gomes. First time up, drilled one up the alley in left center for a double. That started a 5-run inning. He led off the 3rd with a base hit, led to another run. And then in the 4th inning, a 3-run blast that at the time made it 9-0. So Gomes needs a triple for the cycle.
Well, let's see if he can find a gap and then maybe hit a corner of some padding or something and take off. This is a tough triples park. Even if you can run.
Usually something unusual. A ball hit the center field where you've got the crease between the 19-foot wall and where it drops down. You maybe get a crazy ricochet there.
Right.
And how about a base hit?
We'll take it.
4 for 4 day for Yan Gomes.
Well done. That one was smoked. Goins just coming into the game playing shortstop after he pinch hit. Boy, he saw this ball just shoot by him. It's a breaking ball. So Gomes really having a very good afternoon. Double, single, homer, single. That was 105 coming off the bat of Yan Gomes.
Boy, you have a day like this, you just must wonder, man, why can't I do this every day?
Because you can't.
Any way to put into words what that feeling's like, though, for a hitter when
yeah, it feels like you know it's no big deal. Everything you hit, it's one of those things. Everything slows down, everything goes your way, and you get the pitches, you hit the pitches, you don't foul them off. It's just one of those days that you really truly love.
I mean, every ball he has hit, and he has fouled a couple off, and even remember the one he fouled off was over 100 miles an hour down the left field line. But every ball he has hit, it sounds like it's been square off the barrel.
It has been. It's been, everything has been perfect today.
And that's the kind of thing that, now, is he going to get 4 hits tomorrow in Detroit? Probably not, but
he hopes.
But the confidence that comes from having a day like today, that can carry over and maybe, you know, help you for the next several days.
Well, yeah, when you get into grooves like that, we talk about it. You know, you can get on runs, you know, little spurts when you're playing day in and day out. It just, for whatever reason, maybe you're just seeing everything better and everything's slowed down for you.
You put it really well the other day. I think we were having the same conversation. You were saying that sometimes as a hitter, you just don't pick up the ball until it's maybe halfway to home plate, and then it's too late. Then you're guessing, and you're out in front on the breaking ball, or you're beat by the fastball because you're late. But when you're in a good groove like this, you're seeing it right out of his hand, and you're on it.
Yeah, you're on it, and you know what? There's no doubt in your mind. When you get in that batter's box and you can eliminate doubt as a hitter and as a person, as a player, no matter what you do in this game, that gives you a little more confidence. So when your confidence is up and there's no doubt and you're hitting line drives, boy, you feel really good about yourself. But then again, there's another time where if you don't see the ball and you're thinking, man, I gotta start my hands more, you're telling yourself already, I've got to do something different than I normally do. So there's doubt in your mind.
The 1-2 from Brian Flynn is down and in.
Guys that can free up that mind and just relax a little bit and get you in the zone.
Al Pulaski's mom. She got baseball.
Oh, good for her.
There's Andre's son, AJ.
Little Taz.
Little line drive, base hit right up the middle. Flynn hit the deck. He tried to flag it down, but to no avail. And Greg Allen has his second hit of the afternoon. And the Indians have 2 on with 2 out. Take another look at Flynn getting down. He threw the glove up, but that was more out of self-defense than anything else.
When you're as big as he is and you're falling off and you're not getting a real good look at the baseball, you're just protecting yourself there and just trying to knock it down. But it was just a little bit over his glove. So Allen gets his second straight hit. See, you get that first one and then get a little confidence.
By the way, Dr. Boshenik says that the last time Yan Gomes had a 4-hit game was against the Kansas City Royals.
No kidding.
August 31st, 2014. That was at Kauffman Stadium. Nine runs, 12 hits for the Indians. 2 runs, 8 hits for Kansas City. In the dirt. Rajay walked and scored in the second. 0 for 2 on the day. Oh, look out,
Watch
Sarby.
out, Mike.
Wow. Quick feet, though.
Well, he's standing way outside the box and over towards the dugout about as far as you can stand. And you still never know. You can't hide on that field. You can't hide in the dugout. Sometimes it finds you.
Good take from Rajay. 2-2. Oh, look at that foul ball.
Oh, look at he's bored down.
Like a gopher coming out of the gopher hole.
Yeah, I wish we had a bunker. Yeah, I wish we could knock them all.
Whack-a-mole. Ground ball to short. Big hop. Ryan Goins will throw him out to end the inning. We move to the 7th. Cleveland 9, Kansas City 2. is brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Visit buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places. And by the injury lawyers at Elk & Elk. Proud partners of the Cleveland Indians. Call 1-800-ELK, Ohio. It has been a Mother's Day to remember here at Progressive Field. The Indians breaking loose offensively. A 3-run homer by Jose Ramirez, a 3-run homer by Yan Gomes. And they're up 9-2 now, moving into the 7th inning. The only hiccup was a couple of errors defensively in the 6th inning that allowed Kansas City to get on the board. Drew Butera 1 for 2 today. He had a single in the 5th.
Yeah, pretty good at bat for him in his second at bat down in the count, and then ended up getting a base hit on a full count. So
Fly ball to right. Brandon Geyer. 1 down. The strike efficiency right out of the get-go today was pretty impressive.
yes, it was. What do you have? Did you say 21 straight or something like that, and 27 out of 28?
Yeah, straight strikes. I mean, it was just.
I mean, he was locked in, and as he always is. I don't know. He's in his comfort zone in this ballpark. You know, four strikeouts there. They're putting the ball they had to hit in every inning to this point. So nice changeup.
Foul the other way.
This afternoon, we say at every start that Kluber's in, he has 13 outs on 3 pitches or less. That's why he goes deep into the game.
Well, it was 3 years ago today that he authored one of the most impressive pitching performances that I've ever seen.
No doubt.
Right here at Progressive Field against the St. Louis Cardinals. That was a game in which Corey Kluber struck out 18 batters in 8 innings of work. And the 1-2 to John Jay spun him out of there. He started that game by striking out the leadoff man. As the 2-2 is grounded towards third. Ramirez with a backhand play. And Encarnacion with a terrific backhanded scoop on the other end.
Well, you talk about helping out your friend right there. Ramirez has got to be pleased with that. He made a nice play on the backhanded side because Jay going the other way, but a really nice pickup by Encarnacion. It's only his, I think, 3rd start at first base. Watch the backhanded stride and pick it nicely to help out a friend. Nice scoop.
Well done. And there are 2 down for Jorge Soler.
He's chuckling about something.
Right back to Kluber. And he'll throw him out. Corey Kluber still south of 100 pitches. Let's take a little stroll down memory lane. It's only 3 years ago, but on this day, 2015, Corey Kluber against the St. Louis Cardinals. He struck out Colton Wong to start the game, and then he struck out the side in the 3rd and 4th innings, and all of a sudden he had 9 strikeouts, and you're thinking, oh, this is getting pretty interesting. And by the time it was all said and done, 18 strikeouts for Kluber.
Yeah, as you mentioned, 8 innings, 113 pitches that day.
He only allowed the 1 hit.
Well, if you remember, you talk about how many pitches he threw that day, and there was a conversation as to why Tito didn't let him go further. And as you guys know with baseball, there's always millions of stories that are going on during a baseball game. So this morning we asked Tito about it, and Tito says, I can't remember. So we stood there for a minute, we kept talking, and then finally we figured out he got tossed from that game. If you guys remember, Jason Kipnis got hit twice. 1 player was hit from the Cardinals. And during all of that, somehow Tito got thrown out. So he said, it wasn't my decision. Blame Millsy.
As he so often does.
Yes.
The 0-1 pitch.
Yeah.
I don't remember him getting thrown out. I
don't
really
either.
don't.
A couple guys got hit, and like I said, Kipnis was hit twice. I believe John Lackey was the guy that hit Kipnis twice, and Tito was standing up for him.
Well, Mike Matheny learned at the feet of Tony La Russa, you hit one of my guys, we hit 2 of yours.
There you go.
Two balls and a strike. Brian Flynn. He's made over 50 pitches now. Look at Carlos Carrasco. He looks like one of the minions from Despicable Me.
Starters, they have too much time on their hands.
Oh, Frankie Lindor keeps ripping.
That's going to go.
It's going to be a long single. John Jay with a good throw to the base. But that's his 3rd hit of the ball game.
Boy, he is just locked in, Matt. I don't know what else to say. Just sit back and enjoy an at-bat when you watch Lindor up at the plate now. Because more times than not, he's going to get a base hit. That's the 13th hit for the Indians this afternoon. Gomes has 4. Lindor has 3. Ramirez has a couple. Allen has a couple.
As you talk about Lindor picking up his 3rd hit of the day, coming into today's action, only 3 major league players are hitting above 400 in May. John Jay's one of them. Remember the guy we talked about out in Anaheim that plays shortstop for the Angels?
Simmons.
And I told you how their rivalry is real.
Michael Brantley deep to right, and it is gone. His 5th home run of the season, and he now has 27 runs driven in on the year. And the Indians are up 11-2. Pretty swing from Michael Brantley.
Well, that's his 5th now. And you're right. Very nice swing here. The Indians with 3, a fastball in, and that's down into his wheelhouse or his nitrous zone. Boy, oh boy, it just started in this series where he's been inserted into that number 2 hole, and boy, is he taking advantage.
Jose Ramirez pops one up. What do you think about this, Arch? We've had back-to-back games now in which we've seen a hitter get 4 hits.
Yeah.
Well, Frankie had the 4 for 4 performance last night.
All extra base hits today. Gomes is 4 for 4 with 2 extra base hits.
And Lindor has 3 more hits here today. So it's been fun to watch the bats come alive. 2-1. Ramirez pulls it foul over toward the dugout.
Up high.
Kind of have the feeling Corey Kluber's day is over.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, not at all. He's made 96 pitches, but he's done plenty.
7 innings. There you go. That's like a routine start for him.
And Ramirez bounces one between third and short. Cuthbert cuts it off, spins around, and makes a nice play. 1 down. Andre, you were in the middle of a thought when Michael Brantley so rudely interrupted
so
you.
Rude. Yes. Well, you know, we talk about rivalries and guys motivating each other to play better. And Simmons, the shortstop out in Anaheim, took the Gold Glove away from Lindor last year, and that made him go into the offseason saying he wanted to work better. Well, there's only 3 guys hitting over 400 in the month of May, and not only is Simmons and Lindor doing it in the field,
going it with the bat too.
This is just not going to work, is it?
Edwin with a base hit, his first hit of the day.
Lindor came in today hitting 451. The other two are Simmons is hitting 413. So you talk about where these guys are in batting average. They're pushing each other offensively and defensively. Just something for all of us to watch the rest of the season, how Simmons and Lindor continue to compete.
Yeah, 2 great shortstops, and there's a lot of very good ones in the game today.
Yeah, those May batting averages are just off the charts for both Lindor and Simmons, and that's going to be it for Brian Flynn. So we've got a timeout here in the home half of the 7th with the Indians up 11-2. They have broken a few windows today.
Boy, they sure have. 3-run jobber right there back in the 2nd for Jose Ramirez. That's his 12th. Guess what? Another 3-run home run. Yan Gomes going opposite field. His 5th. And then Michael Brantley is going to have to take a back seat. Only a 2-run home run. Beautiful swing, though.
He was just inside the arc. He had his foot on the line.
Yes, he did. We took a replay, and his foot was on the line is right. But 3 more homers for the Tribe, and they have 34 now at home. The Yankees lead the league in that department. They have 40. But the Indians, there's 60 home runs now on the year.
It's been impressive. Bert Smith, second appearance in the series. He worked an inning in the opener. He walked 3, struck out a couple. Got out of a bases loaded jam of his own doing. If you missed it earlier, before May 2nd, the Indians did not have a 3-run homer. Since then, they've hit 7 by 7 different players. That's the most, second most in the league. Only the Yankees have hit more. They have 8. So they have the 3-pointers have come all in the last
11 days.
Yeah. Foul back. Indians head out tonight to Detroit. 3 games against the Tigers, then 3-game weekend series down in Houston. And then to Wrigley Field in Chicago for 2 games against the Cubs. Missed outside. Boy, Baltimore landed on Tampa Bay. Orioles up 13-0 in that game. Tigers lead the Seattle Mariners 4-2. They're in the 8th now at Comerica Park. Cubs lead the White Sox 3-2. They're in the 4th at Wrigley. Payoff pitch. Threw it by him. 2 down. Here's Jan Gomes. He is 4 for 4. Still a triple shy of the cycle. With a double, a homer, 2 singles. Foul right back. Popped him up. Might be playable here. Duda, yeah, he's got room. And the inning is over. Another 2-run homer for the Tribe. Michael Brantley extends the Indians' lead to 11-2 as we go to the 8th.
Check out Tribe. Leads the Royals. Jensen Lewis over there. I'm Al Pulowski. Boy, Jensen, everything today. Great pitching from Corey Kluber. And how about the offense? Continues to roll.
Shout out to our moms. They had it all the way. Lindor, Brantley. But how about Jan Gomes, too? A lot of offensive highlights on Indians Live postgame.
Plenty to talk about coming up on Indians Live. It's brought to you by Conrad's Tire Express and Total Car Care. Right after this one, make sure you stay tuned as well. Let's head back upstairs. Here's Matt and Rick.
All right, thank you, boys. What a day. The Indians have pounded out 11 runs. And Corey Kluber gives way after 7 innings of work to Oliver Drake, recently acquired from Milwaukee. First ball swinging. Chesler Cuthbert fouls it back. He had one really bad day. Gave up 6 runs in 1 inning against Cincinnati on April 16th. That'll set you back a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Fastball strike.
Got to send along another happy birthday wish to Linda Mang from Erie, Pennsylvania, celebrating her birthday today. Happy birthday, Linda.
Bounced in front of the plate. Two. Strike 3 called. Right there at the top of the strike zone. Chesler Cuthbert out looking. 1 down here in the 8th. Looking back at our storylines brought to you by your Ford dealers. Kluber Day. And he went out and pitched another gem. No earned runs allowed. And the top of the orders, well, it was all Lindor and Brantley here today.
Once again. Look at that in the series. 14 for 25.
Salvador Perez with a sky-high pop. Lindor calling for it. 2 away. Well, Rick, we were mentioning that the Mariners-Tigers game, Seattle's come back to tie at 4-4 in the 8th inning. But bad news for Seattle. Robinson Cano hit by a pitch and fractured the pinky finger in his right hand. Wow. No timetable on how long he'll be out, but you figure it's.
I saw where he was hit by a pitch and came out of the game.
Baltimore just kicked a field goal, 17-0 over Tampa Bay. Duda cuts and misses. That can't be a lot of fun.
No, those games like getaway days, 17, it's like, holy smokes. Those are ones you just forget about in a hurry, no matter what side you're on.
Swung on and missed. Duda. Way out in front of the Oliver Drake off-speed pitch. When Drake first joined the Indians, somebody said, yeah, he's got an accent. Well, the first time you hear him talk, you know right away it's that northeastern Boston type accent. He's from Worcester, Mass. Andre had a chance to visit with Drake when he first joined the ball club. Went to the Naval Academy.
Smart guy.
Now the 2-2. Shoots it foul the other way. to left. And Rajay goes down to a knee and makes a nice backhanded grab to retire the side. Oliver Drake with a 1-2-3-8. 11-2 Cleveland. Tough to pick one out. Second inning, Jose Ramirez with a 3-run homer. That made it 5-0, and it was all over but the shout. Because Corey Kluber, when you get him at least 4, he doesn't lose. They've won 68 in a row. As Eric Gonzalez sends one to deep center for out number 1. About to make it 69 straight. That is a pretty amazing, hard to wrap your head around stat.
You go back that long. You know what? 2013 was the last time.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty impressive.
69 straight starts. You score 4. And
he'll hold the lead.
Yeah. So, again, it kind of goes back to what we talked about when he was pitching in Milwaukee. He wasn't sharp. It wasn't his best version of himself, right. But he gave up 3 runs.
And today was his 21st consecutive 3 runs or less. I guess, you know, they call that a quality start now. You know, 6 innings, 3 runs or less. But, you know, as a team, you would think, boy, if we can get this guy 4, it's a slam dunk. And it has been for years. And he went through one year where, when you think about it, they couldn't score for him. And, you know, people were thinking, oh, man, he's not the same guy. He probably pitched better that year than he did the year before when he won the Cy Young.
Yeah. I mean, in fact, the first guy that really brought that to my attention was Terry Francona. He said, I think he actually pitched better.
No, yeah.
And you don't look at it in those terms, because when you're up here, we're looking at all the numbers and the stats, and we're looking at, and he's down there looking at it from his perspective, knowing what each start means to the ball club and how it helps the bullpen.
Right.
And he goes, I think he was better the following
fans
year.
that watch it, they may follow, but you're not watching zoned in on every single game and pitch like they are down there.
Out of play. Ball to second. 2 down.
Batting down for the Indians, the left fielder, Rajay.
Rajay backs away. Foul back.
Everybody
Drilled to right, but foul. Oh man, what a job down there. I want to think about signing that young man up to a contract now.
Did he get out of the way?
I don't know how, but he did.
It's hard to tell.
I don't know if we've got a good look at it. Take it. Watch this. That is outstanding.
And kept his balance and held the stool he's sitting on.
Hey, it's what I do, man.
No big deal.
What do you want to do? Now the 1-2 on away from Birch Smith. Bounced in front of the plate. Foul off to the right again. Good at bat for Rajay Davis. This is what you talk about sometimes in a blowout game. Guys will maybe give a bat away, but he's up here fighting him tooth and nail.
But he knows you're not playing every day. You can't afford to give at bats away. He's been around long enough. Every at bat means something to you.
And he struck him out. The Indians go in order, and we go to the ninth. 11-2 Cleveland. Retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Cleveland Indians. Indians about to put the finishing touches on a Mother's Day win here at Progressive Field. They're up 11-2, and here in the ninth, Oliver Drake on for a second inning of relief work. Pitch is up high, ball one. Kansas City about to fall to 0-5 on the year in the rubber game. of the series. Merrifield swung and missed and kind of caught a piece of Gomes on the follow through.
Well, that's what you try to do. The Indians, they lost a tough one here on Friday night to the Royals, but they were able to bounce back and, you know, get the next two.
Yeah, they're about to go to 3-2 in rubber games. Swung out and missed. It's 1-2. They've shown some good stretches, but they're still looking to put a good consistent stretch of baseball together where, you know, it goes more than a few days. Fly ball to right. One down. But as we mentioned before, you know, the divisional play is important, so this is a good series win. They're going to go to Detroit, stay in the division. And when they come back, they get the Astros and then the White Sox, and we'll be in on that next homestand. And when they head back out on the road to get Minnesota, so more divisional games will start piling up on the schedule here. Crazy that the Indians won't go to Kansas City till July.
I know.
And yet we won't see the Royals back here now until September.
Yeah, they've been here twice. It's weird how the breakdown goes this year, and it happens. We haven't played the White Sox yet in our division. That comes at the end of the month.
And only the 2 games in Puerto Rico with Minnesota so far, right?
Yeah, right.
The 1-1. Line drive. Base hit for Alex Gordon. It's his second hit today. As he snapped an 0 for 15 with a single back in the 6th inning.
Well, Gordon stayed on that ball. It's a little humpback liner. It gets over the glove of Ramirez.
Well, Terry Francona going to make a pitching change here with 1 on 1 out here in the 9th.
Miller coming in.
I think he wants to get him some work.
Right.
So he'll be coming on when we come back. Here in the 9th inning with 1 on 1 out. And Andre explained to us the other night that Tito said, look, when we bring him back, we've got a plan in place. You know, we're going to get him some appearances.
Right.
Because he's not just going to turn him loose and unleash him like the Andrew Miller that we've seen in the past, because after the hamstring injury, they want to make sure that they get him back all the way to where they can just turn him loose whenever he wants to.
Yeah, patience. It takes time. It's still early. It's still May. But he looks like a different guy out there after the haircut and the shave.
Gave up the 2-out, 2-run home run to Salvador Perez on Friday night in the series opener, and that was the difference in that game.
And look at that. Look at this split. Nice. Clean shaven man. Not many of them anymore.
Sometimes you don't pitch well, you don't do well, you just feel like I got to change something. Got to make a change. Struck him out looking. 2 down. Pitch up high. Drew Butera, the Royals catcher, 1 out of 3 today. Remember the sun? He was trying to break through at the start of the game.
Yes, I do.
I don't know where the heck it went, but
well, hey, it was
long
still
gone, man.
Yeah, but it was still not a bad day to play baseball here, to be honest with you.
Better than the first 2 days.
It was nice when it's a little lighter out there, but
22,105 the attendance on this Mother's Day here at Progressive Field. Now they're all ready to see Andrew Miller put the finishing touches on a series win. The 2-1. And the count goes full. And now we've got 2 on with 2 out.
Batting down for the Royals.
Takes us to the top of the order. And John Jay. John Jay, 1 out of 4 on the afternoon. He has hit in 6 straight games. And now the Royals are down to their last strike. Miller fires. Swung out and missed, and the game is over. The Indians take 2 out of 3 from Kansas City as they stomp them here in the series finale by a final score of 11-2. Corey Kluber, the winner, he goes to 6-2 on the year. The loss to Danny Duffy, who drops to 1-5, and now in his last 10 games against the Indians, he is 0-7. The Indians go to 20-19 on the year. They'll stay in first place in the American League Central Division. Kansas City falls to 13-27. Time of the game, 2 hours and 54 minutes. This one was over early because of the Indians' bats with Corey Kluber on the mound. The 5-run second really put it out of reach, even though it was still only inning number 2. Jose Ramirez with that 3-run homer. Yan Gomes with another 3-run shot in the 4th. And the Indians cruise to the win here this afternoon. So the final score, Cleveland 11, Kansas City 2. We're back with some final thoughts right after this.